Day 21 in a third world prison. It's Saturday. I do my typical thing. I don't actually get up and work out since it's the weekend. I use that day more to rest as much as I can. I don't sleep at night. I'm just in a state of deep sadness and sorrow, not knowing how my daughter's doing, um, and the cockroaches, the prehistoric size cockroaches, because they are just made of exoskeleton and they're so large, they're loud at night when they're walking around. And so I tend to wake up to the sound of a cockroach or two moving around, typically around the sink, scurrying across the wall. So that wakes me up regularly. And then, so the weekends on Saturday and Sunday, I typically take a couple naps to try to catch up on sleep since it's hard for me to sleep at night. At this point, it's been a week where I've had no clean drinking water. So that as well is another reason why I'm not working out, because I'm trying to conserve my energy and I know that I'm dehydrated. At this point, the food is just straight up making me sick. So there's a lot of things that I'm just not eating anymore. Trying to kind of like through the process of elimination, try to figure out what of the food items that they're giving me is making me sick. I'm a little on edge because during the weekdays, particularly when there's more freedom and more activities going on, um, there's a lot going on and rules don't seem to be very clear. Like, yes, there's a set of rules that we're supposed to abide by in the rec room that we're supposed to read over and agree to. But then there's all these new rules that pop up that aren't written that we're supposed to know. And I'm watching people get thrown in the hole for breaking rules that have not been shared with us in advance. I wrote, an officer tried to report multiple prisoners one day, including me. She successfully got 2 sisters put in the hole this past week. But I watched this officer that day. She was in a bad mood. She was picking at a lot of the other prisoners. I personally never talked back to her and would keep really quiet around her because I saw she was in a bad mood. Yet it turned out she still tried to get me in trouble. The 2 sisters that she was successfully able to get in trouble were complaining about her in Spanish, and one of the prison guards heard what they were saying and told this prisoner, hey, these 2 sisters are complaining about you in Spanish, and she told them. So she ended up confronting the 2 sisters, which resulted in a verbal altercation. I guess you could say someone who heard my list of complaints or concerns could argue, well, you are in prison. You are there because you deserve to be here. You should have to suffer while you are there. I even heard an officer complain to a new inmate this week. She was back after being released a month prior. You are back already? You aren't afraid of prison? You are really comfortable being here. We're going to have to put you in the hole the rest of your time here since you keep coming back. Later on, I found out that that prisoner she was talking to is a severe drug addict. Her lips, when she arrived at the prison this past week, were burnt from smoking crack. She is back in prison for being caught with drugs in her possession. She has been sent back to prison 12 times total. How many prisoners are here just because of economic status versus the actual criminals that should be here? It made me reflect on my own situation. I experienced domestic violence for 3 years. And the list of things that were done to me and I lived through is criminal behavior. It was criminal what happened. And I was just thinking how frustrating this whole experience is. I went on to write, we need reform. Trained citizens, trained first responders are needed to go to homes, public places to help and protect each other, to document and be present as eyewitnesses when or if police need to be called to the home. We need to get insurance for lawyers so that jobs and employers and government funded agencies can help supplement the cost of lawyers for all citizens. I think that there needs to be a price cap on lawyer fees. They can earn a minimum of $500 and a maximum of $10,000 per client per court case, period, for the life of the case. We need to reform judicial system paperwork and filing system. It's labor intensive. It's a full-time job. There are all these hidden rules per county. It feels impossible. We need to limit court case lengths. It should be only 6 months at the max, and limit the number of clients per lawyer and judge. In other words, limit the number of clients a lawyer can take on so that they can provide quality services to each client. And also, each judge should only be reviewing a limited amount of cases so that they take the time to truly talk to both litigants and make sure to review all the evidence before they start making life-altering decisions. I want to see a more robust regulation system in place. On day 22, Sunday, my morning Bible verse is Psalm 139, verse 12. Even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. I won't let the darkness in. I won't let dark emotions and thoughts in. I will keep hope and faith in my heart. I won't run from reality. I accept the present. I choose to breathe mindfully. I choose to observe mindfully. I choose to listen to my thoughts and act more mindfully. Remember, Julia, breathe, pause, observe, listen, and then act. I went on to say, please God, protect Makita. I don't think I'm going to see her for a while. My U.S. passport had another year or 2 on it, I believe. I don't understand why the U.S. Embassy is claiming that my passport already expired. How is that even possible? I was informed I need to pay $165 for a temporary passport that will expire as soon as I reach the U.S. They told me it takes 2 to 3 months to get a new passport. I feel like something is up. Something doesn't seem right. I ended the day with 5-step goals for myself. 1, take time to understand how I got here. 2, reflect and accept the facts with no judgment. Give myself space to grieve. 3, know what are the consequences. What will I have to face in the near future? 4, what have I learned? What outcomes do I want in the short term and the long term? And number 5, what are my plans to achieve those goals? I also made a commitment to a daily healthy lifestyle, fresh fruits, vegetables, exercise, water, spiritual practice, counseling, and a support group, and to abstain from alcohol, drugs, sex outside of marriage, addictive stimuli